Our project is Java packet analyzer, and here consider packet is network packet. It's a networking part. It's bit complex because of the system configurations, because it changes system to system packet. So here I'm not sticking to only one topic. Here I'm going to show all the things how we can perform. Currently my system is running on 64-bit JDK, so I am showing for 32-bit JDK also, because it's depends on system to system and networking interface to interface. So there might be errors while you are developing. So I am showing here almost three implementations like part. You can perform these implementations on your systems and you can check these implementations. Plus, there are some older APIs. So, replaced for that APIs, I'm going to here use Maven dependency also later. So, I will tell you how we can perform these actions and everything in later part. But consider it basically we are going to perform Java plus networking with Swing UI. I'm going to perform, and consider Swing UI as a basic here, and basic performance I'm going to use using Swing UI. So I'm not going deep in the Swing UI part, but I'm going to stick to this Java networking part. Plus, I'm going to show one thing how we can set up and check our ports and everything here. So this project is mostly related to networking. So I will tell you how we can perform Java networking parts also in later. So let me tell you what is packet sniffing and everything here. So just 1 second. Okay. So packet sniffing is nothing but just checking of packets. So if you have seen, you have connected to the network and you have receiving packets. I will tell you what is the receiving packets and what is the everything here. Basically, I'm going to tell you with the performance of with diagrams, with the help of some diagrams, and I'm going to tell that part. But packet sniffing is just like network sniffing. If you are connected to public network, you can check other packets also, which servers they are using and everything. If you have looked the Wireshark part and everything. But thing of Wireshark, it's open source, anyone can use. So what you can do, you can build your own application for this purpose. So it's not like you have to build like for like Wireshark, because Wireshark is open source and there is huge community for Wireshark development. So it's fully developed now. So it's as a open source things, anyone can modify that part and everything. So it's very huge application as compared to the our application. So we are going to use here Java language, our basics. So not consider we are going to create a very high level Java program or anything. We are consider only small programs and we are going to develop using these only. So steps of our development is just basically project setup, understanding different tools, Java basics, networking protocol, Java Swing basics I am going to show, and final deployments. So this is the general idea of our project. But when we are going to move in deeper part, I am going to tell you we are going, it's system to system changeable program, because Java libraries and jar files are going to change here always. So better to stick to one which you are performing. If you are using Linux systems like Ubuntu or any Debian based, it's good because there are some predefined libraries in that Linux. So we can use that part easily other than Windows and Mac. So for Mac also there are different libraries. Plus we are going to use here one JPCap library which is bit older. So and it's only 32-bit JDK supports, not 64-bit JDK. So basically that's not useful for everyone. So as I told you, we can create our customized thing for customized sniffing through the network. So application requirements is JPCap I am considering here, not I'm going to tell like you stick to that. I will tell you there are different JDKs available on the internet or jar files. Then packet concepts I'm going to tell you, Java libraries, JDK, some pcap files also, if you want to use, you can use directly through the Wireshark. You can generate your own pcap files, and you can use data visualization part using Java also here. So in these things, I'm going to tell you some JVM, JRE and JDK part, but let us consider that later. First, let me tell you what is JDK, JVM, JRE, and after that, I will tell you how we can perform the networking, how actually networking works. So JVM, JRE and JDK. Why JVM I'm focusing here? Because your virtual machine going to capture that packets. Capturing packets, basically connecting to the network. As our program loads on JVM and performing everything, it's system only, but your JVM is going to capture or connecting to that networking part. So here consider JVM as your own system configuration, different configuration, not your own chip based on your system. As for me, it's i3. So i3, Intel i3 is not going to work as my whole sole chip for developing code. JVM is going to perform the byte code and loading the everything part here. So please be noted this part because it's very important in this. So after this, Java virtual machine is not physically exist. It provides runtime environments, loads the bytecode, it runs the program. So what is our thing is, all the networking packets is coming to the JVM first, and these are loaded in the JVM, and it will transfer to our code, and it will capture by our code. So it loads the codes, verifies the codes, executes the codes, and provides runtime environment. So Java runtime environment, it sets of tools, libraries, and these things. So JVM is basically core part of JRE. It consists, its implementation of JVM, you can say. So it's means inside JRE we have JVM. So performly we are not downloading any JVM or JRE from the internet. What we are downloading? We are downloading the JDK, which is basically Java development kit, which consists of all the libraries, JRE, JVM, different things. So currently might be there are 16th version is working. I am using with 16th version, and there are different versions also available. My suggestion is download JDK 1.8 and JDK 16. 9 plus is also working here. So my recommendation is going to use this. If you are developing this project like first time, then my suggestion is it's very higher level project, so try with some lower level projects also. And third thing, if you are using multiple JDK, it's well and good, but consider that you have to change that ID properties later while developing the code. So this is our JDK, JRE, JVM structure. Inside JVM we have JRE, and we are considering other files there, like sets, ISO sets of libraries, and other files considering JRE, and this whole sum contains JRE, and we are considering here JDK. So it's not very important part, but it's what you can tell, it's very useful app. So in later while drawing the diagram, I will tell you what is that diagram first, but let us consider one Java class and method. So why class and method is very important here? Because our class is going to read that packets line by line, and we are going to develop. So let me show you first how we can perform our these things. So this is my board first. So let me tell you how the actually network works. So consider this is as this my as A, which is my A is my own PC, and let me consider as this is my B as my or let us see, this is my Google, which is G, or let me clear this out, and this is my G, which is basically Google server, and A is my own server, you can say. So what I'm going to do is here it's very easy part, you can check. So this is, change the color. So while networking, you have your own modem system or anything you can have, like on your, this is my modem basically. You can check like this is my modem and I'm going to use this, or your what you can say, your Wi-Fi here. Your, this is your Wi-Fi basically. So what's actually happening here is very common thing. You are connecting to your Wi-Fi. Oh, that's okay. But what's actually happened while providing the network, it will forward your IP addresses, and IP address is basically your own address, your own device address to that network, and it will share to this Google part. Okay. So what's happening? It's actually accessing for request. So let me put here as a request. So it's going to here, and so what I'm doing is I'm putting the request here, okay, from a part. Now what Google works or does here, Google check for that request for particular thing, and it will send that request. Now consider not directly to this, it's going to like this only, not directly to our part, but from that network to other things. So network has owned their IP addresses. So this is my source and this is my destination. Consider as while providing the request. This is my response basically. So this is my source. This is my destination. While okay, so let me do one thing here. Wherein is the source? So this is my source and this is my destination while putting the request. But while sending that response, this is my destination and this is my source. So actually you can tell that it's changes. So you can consider that this is source and everything. So you might ask why it's very crucial, like packet thing. So let me clear out all the things here. So consider there is no networks, or you can check there is nothing on internet. So again this is my A. Now I'm considering this A as this. This is my G, Google. You are accessing for cars on Google. So you are again sending the request. I'm not displaying it again. You are sending the request through your network. You can any network like your mobile network, Wi-Fi, internet service provider, your router, anything you can consider as your modem also is having net. So that part is also providing the net. So you are accessing for the request, but request never goes like direct any single byte, because there may be some long things like you are accessing why cars are having engines, consider like that, or different things. So this is very long string, or you can say like data type, there is long thing. So network cannot handle that much part. So for the connection purpose, what it does, it's divide that part into the small packets, and it's sending that packets to this. So here having some data, here having some another data, then here is having another data, and here is having another data. So once this packets received, there are different protocols for packets: HTTP, TCP, POP3, SMTP. So these are the all networking protocols we are considering here. So when you send this, Google will receive all the packets, and Google server knows, oh, A requires some information about cars. So how the Google responds, that part is very common thing. It's sending the response. So let me put here as response. Okay, so this is my response, and it's obvious the red part is our request. So it goes to the like packet things. Here I'm considering not its visual representation, only 4 packets I'm representing, but it's not like that there are only 4 packets. So how the response works, again Google server or our network system divides that data in packets, having another data in that packets in sending to that A part. So what we are going to perform here is actually we are going to capture these packets only. So in the next part, I'm going to tell how we can capture, how we can check our connection is established or not, everything in the later part using Java program. Hope you understand. Thank you.